Hi, everyone, and welcome to Weather News Today with J7409, the evening edition. The name you know, the news you can use. If this is your first time here and you like what you see, please click the J7409 in the bottom right-hand corner, then click the bell. That will sign you up and get you ready, and you won't miss any weather news, forecast, or alerts as they come out. If you have a weather picture that you would like to share as one of my cover thumbnails, hit Show More, scroll down, you'll see an address to send them to. So what's happening right now? Well, of course, the developing nor'easter to affect the East Coast. It's got everybody a-buzzing. Everyone should be aware of this. It's going to dump an awful lot of snow in some places. Other places, not so much. Also, unsettled conditions return to the western states and the dry for areas for the plains. Now, I'm going to turn on the GFS and let it spin through. You check it all out. The biggest weather story for the beginning of the work week, of course, will be the rapidly developing nor'easter over the western Atlantic today and reaching the Canadian Maritimes by tomorrow night. This is in response to a strong upper-level shortwave disturbance crossing the southeast United States today. A widespread rain is expected from Florida to central Virginia. Moderate to heavy snow is likely for West Virginia and the mountains of Virginia, where the winter storm warnings are now in effect. After precipitation ends in the mid-Atlantic region tonight, attention turns to New England as the third nor'easter in 2 weeks is expected to bring significant snow from Connecticut to Maine, with some locations possibly getting in excess of more than a foot of snow. Now, parts of upstate New York are also likely to get heavy snow through the middle of the week, with the forecast track of the storm expected to be farther southeast than the last 2 events. The highest wind and waves should remain over the offshore waters. So that is wonderful news there about that. The central U.S. should be relatively mild and mostly sunny over the next few days under a large surface high-pressure ridge. Now, the west will be increasingly wet, snowy, and unsettled as a front approaches and moves inland. The greatest rainfall should be focused over the favored terrain of northern and central California, with some locations receiving around 2 to 4 inches of rain through Wednesday morning. Heavy snow is expected across the higher mountainous terrain, with the greatest amounts likely for the Sierra Nevada mountains. Okay, my friends, this is for the New Jersey area. The areas that it does cover are from southern New Jersey, East Coast Pennsylvania, Northeast Pennsylvania, and Southeast Pennsylvania. Okay, this rapidly intensifying ocean storm, it is expected to bring periods of snow to the area tonight. Generally, though, less than 2 inches is expected. Tuesday morning commute will be a little impacted, as the snow will probably be in progress, though, through sunrise, and all untreated surfaces are expected to be snow-covered and slippery. And the light snow should taper off by around 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, Tuesday, with much improved travel conditions for the afternoon. People, please stay tuned. There's some very important watches and warnings I want to share. Massachusetts and Rhode Island. This is for portions of central, eastern, and southeastern Massachusetts and Rhode Island. You got heavy snow expected your way, with total accumulations of 10 to 15 inches, with localized amounts up to 18 inches are possible. You are under a winter storm warning. It started this morning at 11. It will run through tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Near blizzard conditions are possible. I want you to see this right here. near blizzard conditions are possible. This is for these areas of the state. Travel will be very difficult. 1 to 3 inches per hour snowfall rates are possible at times, along with blowing and drifting snow during tomorrow morning, especially during commute hours. Tuesday afternoon commute is also expected to be impacted. Be prepared for significant reductions in visibility. Tree branches could fall due to strong winds, and of course you have a power situation. Please take note of this, my friends. Don't get caught short. For portions of southern Connecticut and southeast New York, winter storm warning is in effect from midnight tonight till 6 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. For portions of southern Connecticut and southeast New York, heavy snow is coming your way. You could get totals of 6 to 9 inches. That's what it says it looks like on the models and is expected, with isolated amounts up to a foot, 12 inches. When is it going to happen? From midnight tonight till 6 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. Plan on difficult travel conditions during the morning commute tomorrow, and be prepared for anything. Now, this winter storm warning for snow means severe weather conditions will make your travel hazardous or impossible. If you must travel, keep an extra flashlight, food and water in your vehicle in case of an emergency, and check with local departments of transportation for information on the latest conditions to right exactly where you are. And from these areas up, when we finally get up to the main area, central Penobscot, I probably pronounced it wrong, southern Penobscot, interior Hancock, central Washington, coastal Hancock, coastal Washington, all of these areas up in here, Old Town, Amherst, Aurora, Dedham, Eastbrook, Bucksport, Guilford, all of these, you're under a winter storm warning. It's in effect. It goes into effect from 8 a.m. tomorrow morning till 2 p.m. Wednesday. Total snow accumulation for these areas, 14 to 20 inches are expected, except for 10 to 15 inches along the immediate coastline. Once again, from 8 a.m. tomorrow morning till 2 p.m. Wednesday afternoon. You're going to get a little wind coming in your way with some gusts of about 40 miles per hour, and they will cause patchy blowing and drifting snow to happen, okay? So you are the only area I've seen about wind from the National Weather Service information, and you are going to have some wind around 40 miles per hour, and that's going to mess up your travel, so please be careful, okay? Everything's going to be very hazardous. You're going to get a lot of snow, and you will get some wind. You know, folks, this is the NAM model. This is what we really need to be looking at right now as this system is moving, so I'm just going to turn it on and let it run. This is like around 5 this afternoon, 6. Every time it blinks, that's an hour up in time, okay? You can see what's going on. And I really think all of this, you see, I'm going to get some snow down right next to the water where I live, okay? It's not going to be anything. It should melt, but we're going to have an awful problem with black ice down in this area where I live. You can see how it's moving on off. As it moves up the coast, I'm going to pull the map down so you can watch it as it goes through. Here we go. Black ice is going to be a problem everywhere, even if you don't get a lot of snow. If your temperatures do happen to go to freezing, look out, because this sucker's got a lot of precipitation in it. Look at the snow and how it builds up. Check that out. And it's going to go off up into the Canadian area. Let's put this down here for all of our Canadian friends. Right now we're up to Tuesday at 10 a.m. You can see where the heaviest snow is going to be. The bands that I showed you a couple of days ago, and over in this area. All you guys, please pay attention to what's going on, okay? As it's moving on up, now we're at Tuesday at 3 p.m. You guys in Maine, you're getting it big time. And when you see that brown, that's ice. That's just sleet coming down, ice pellets. And we are up now to around Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Still in this area. That's why you guys in Maine and right up in here, you're under this winter storm warning till around Wednesday morning. Lots of ice starts to happen right in this area as it's pulling out of Maine over into the New Brunswick area. Nova Scotia's getting rain. And we are up now to Wednesday at 5 a.m. And you can see how it's progressing along. So we will stop it for one moment. We'll take it as far as we can go. That's around 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Wednesday night. You guys in Maine still going to get a little of the back stuff going on. And up here in Canada, you can see what's going on also. Here's a quick look of the whole U.S. and what's going on out and about the areas of around 7 p.m. this evening. We'll go up to 11 p.m. tonight. We can see how everything is moving right along, and that is when this storm is really going to start to fire up and intensify. So we'll hop over to around 5 a.m. tomorrow morning, Tuesday. We can see it moving. 11 a.m. tomorrow. 7 p.m. tonight. And we'll hop to 2 a.m. Wednesday morning. Of course, we got another system coming in off the coast over here, as I was talking about, and also this system. They're going to spread on across. Okay, my sky watchers, here we go. This is around 9 p.m. tonight, and this is for low clouds. Low clouds. If you want to see the sky, you see where they are. We'll hop up to around 2 a.m. in the morning. This system is just going to cloud the entire coastline over here, okay? You guys out in Ohio and all of these areas in here, you're going to have some clouds too. Hopefully, we'll click to 8 a.m. in the morning. It just gets a little worse. I was hoping it would get a little better, but this storm is just going to like slow up a little bit and at that point, and it's going to make it spread over to you. 2 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. 11 p.m. Tuesday night. We'll hop to 10 a.m. Wednesday morning. Clouds everywhere. And as far as we can go, which is 7 p.m. Wednesday night, starts to clear out up in this area and over in Ohio. And that's a check of what's going on. Everybody, please be safe. Please take these warnings to heart if you are in these exact towns and counties of the states that I have put out here for you. Just because you're in one area of the state doesn't mean you're going to get what another area is. Some of these places are going to, they have a 98% chance of getting bombed with over 18 inches of snow. At least a foot, and it's just going to be a mess. Do you understand? Please share this with your family and friends. Please let them be aware of what is coming. We got to try to keep people safe and help each other out, okay? So please, please do this. Everybody, thanks for everything you do, the upvotes, the comments, and Dewey, thank you so much for the reports while you're on the road driving the truck where you are. Everybody, please stay safe and warm, and much peace and love and kindness to each of you.